to see what the shift is about. Um, I have the see, you see what
You
I'm
all right?
saying? It just did it again. It
You
just did
good?
it again.
We can hear you
Systems and
clearly.
quality training, all of that stuff. I said, what is this? I got the wrong line. But at any rate, it is so good to be online with my Akana family. Listen, we've been rocking and rolling, y'all, since I think I started doing this call in June of 2019. In June of 2019, I personally started participating in a weekly call, helping to train, helping to develop, and it has been absolutely fun. It has absolutely been amazing. The testimonials that have come as a result of our times together, I am so grateful. Want to give a shout out to, listen, now I don't remember all the names, but I want to give a shout out to Royal from Lansing. I want to give a shout out to Terry. I want to give a shout out to Shirley and some of their team for coming to hang out with me on last Thursday at Strikes and Bites. They came and ate, they came and bowled and had a good time. And so I want to say thank you for coming out and hanging out on last Thursday. So today I was I'm going to share some stuff with you. Um, as Kathy already shared, I coach small business owners and entrepreneurs, and I have this I don't know if it's a podcast, I don't know what it's called, what it is, but it's this thing called Boss Up, where we help entrepreneurs and small business owners boss up. And last night was graduation night for this last cohort. And when they graduated, we gave each entrepreneur an opportunity to talk about their takeaway. What was the biggest takeaway um, that they had from our Boss Up Challenge? And this Boss Up Challenge is 6 weeks where we take you through a rigorous process in your entrepreneurial journey. And when one of the ladies, she's about 66 years old. She was the more senior of the group. She said, maybe even older than that. She said these words. She said, one of the things I've learned over the past 6 weeks is that before I can boss up my business, ah, she said I gotta boss up myself. And when she said that, that thing hit me because because a lot of times we go in to boss up our business, we go in to build a business, we go in to start a business, but not understanding that there's some things that we got to do for ourselves first to build up ourselves and boss up ourselves to make us business ready, to make us business ready. Some people may want to start a business, but you're not ready to run a business. Thank you. Some of you may have joined Akana because of the community, because of the excitement, because of the potential, but haven't seen the type of success that you can have because while you're seeking to build a business and boss up your business, you have not sought to boss up yourself. And so as I begin to think about this, I begin, even in this moment, what does it take to boss up yourself? So I'm going to tell you about a conversation I had with my daughter. Um, some of you may know that my daughter is my business partner in Strikes and Bites. She and I owns the business together. And there's been some growing pains in business ownership for her. And the reason there's been some growing pains is because there has been a struggle in some mental adjustments. One struggle is understanding that To build a business, it requires a sacrifice. She has, in the beginning stages, she has sought to make certain she don't miss a hair appointment, miss a nail appointment. Any trips she had scheduled, she made certain she would go on those trips. She going to go out. She want to do all of these other things. And she said, I have to get these, I have these needs. So number one, she had struggled with making a sacrifice. I sacrificed my trip to South Africa because I got to build a business. I haven't gone to the nail salon to get my mani-pedi since I started the business. And now I'm telling on myself, yep, I have neglected certain things that I would normally do. I have neglected getting it done because I've had to make certain sacrifices because I got to build a business. I have moved from getting my hair cut every week to getting my hair cut, sometimes just once a month. And the rest of the time, I do it myself. Why? Because I don't have time. I have sacrificed some of my online stuff that I was doing because I got to build a business. I'm dissolving one business that was doing well, but I couldn't give it the attention that needed because when we opened up the bowling alley, we opened up not just one business, but we're running 4 businesses under one roof. We're running a bowling center. We're running a venue. People come and rent our space. We're running a libation, a restaurant, and we're running a spot where people could come, have libations, and have a good time. So there's 4 different businesses. And so when you make a decision to build a business, you're also making a decision to make some sacrifices of self. That's number one. The second thing that you got to do, going back to my daughter, I'm using her today. My daughter, she was also working Amazon. Now the agreement was we were gonna start off matching her Amazon salary so that she could replace her income immediately. Then she started getting greedy, and so she didn't want to. She had yet to leave Amazon, so now she's trying to do both. So she's distracted. She's not focused. As a result, there are certain things that's being missed in her business because she's distracted. Come on, y'all, watch this, by her job. Now, I'm not suggesting any of you leave your job and focus 100% on this business unless your business can pay you what your job is paying, at least 60 to 70%. In this case, we were matching it, but she was getting greedy, so we had to have a conversation yesterday. So Tuesday would be her last day working that job. Why? Because she's making the money on her business. And you got to be able, what's the key? There's 2 points to this one. Number one, make a sacrifice. Number 2, you can't get greedy and you got to stay focused. You got to be able to focus. You have to be able to focus. You'll never be able. Part of the reason why I had to dissolve certain things, pull back in certain scenarios, relieve myself of sitting on certain boards, I've had to do it is because I have to focus on building this business. And when you are distracted, it's very difficult to build efficiently and effectively. Are y'all getting this? You got to be focused. You got to be focused. I don't have free time. All of my time is building this business. So you got to be focused on building. Number 1, make the sacrifice. Number 2, be focused. Number 3, you have to establish it. Now this is going to be huge. A mindset and a mentality for excellence. You have to. And when you're not operating in excellence, you have to own it. When you're not focused, when you're not building, when you're not doing all of the things that's necessary in order, you have to own it. You have to own it with yourself. You have to own it with your team, and you have to own it with your customer base. Why is that so important when you're being a boss up? Because that means when you're bossing up, because that means you got to take ownership of leadership. You got to take ownership of leadership. If you know that you're not connecting with your team as much as you should, the worst thing to do is to not acknowledge that you're negligent. Wow. That's the worst thing to do. The worst thing to do is to pretend like it's okay, and you know in your heart it's not okay, because you're not the only one that knows that it's not okay. Oh man, the worst thing to do as a leader is to allow your team to feel that it's them when you know you have not given everything that you need to give them for them to be successful. You got to. The worst thing to do is to shortchange your customers by not letting them know what's next, not making certain, not following up with them to make certain that what they're utilizing is working for them, not making adjustments for them, not understanding what their goals are. All of these things, you got to own your business. You got to own it. I'll give y'all an example of taking ownership. This past Saturday, I would say was the most challenging day since we've been in business. It was a challenging evening. It was a night that was rough, and here it was a night where we were short staffed. We probably had, I don't know, maybe 6 people working, where normally we would have 13 or so people, between 12 to 13 people at least working. And it was throughout that day, and it was just bad. So we fell behind in our scheduling with our lanes, and the kitchen was, we fell behind with pizzas. We fell behind with parties, and people were getting frustrated. We was running out of stuff, and it was just bad. I was running around like a chicken without my head cut off, and it was just bad. And all of a sudden, I believe the Holy Spirit led me to grab the microphone. And I said, "Excuse me, welcome to Strikes and Bites. I'm so glad you're here to support. I'm so glad you're here to have a good time. But I need to tell you that I want to apologize right now that this is not the level of service that you should expect from Strikes and Bites. This is not how we do business. We are short-staffed tonight, and as a result, we are falling short. And as the owner of this establishment, I take ownership of that. I ask for your patience and your prayers as we seek to navigate this night to assure that you have a good time." Once I made that announcement, people began to chill out. The complaining began to subside. Folks started saying, "Well, I'll volunteer." Others started saying, "If you need help, I got 20 years in the restaurant industry." Another one said, "I can help source." "Oh, it's okay. Take your time." And then as people were leaving, majority of the people that I had opportunity to speak to had a great time. But I owned it. Had I not owned it, some of them would have never come back. Had I not owned it, they would have put up their reviews, posted on their social media, and blasted us. Sometimes you not owning the fact that you have fallen short causes you to fall even shorter. I don't know if this is helping somebody, and I know I'm over my time. And so as you seek to build the business, as you seek to boss up your business, as Miss Shirley Smith last night, the senior of our cohort, as she stated, she learned that she could not boss up her business until she bossed up herself. And I challenge you to evaluate self today. And what is it you got to do with you so that you can be better in building your business for your future? All right, listen, I'm not done. I'm going to stop right there. I hope that this was helpful to you. Hope that it was insightful. Hopeful that it will empower you and encourage you to continue to boss up. All right, Kathy Wacky, back to you.
Thank you so much. I am going to concentrate on bossing up. I love it. If you've got more of that, feel free to continue on next week. That is really awesome. And I love your accountability for that because that definitely chilled them out. I love that. I love that. A lot of people would not have done that and had the evening escalate. So thank you. I'm sure those people appreciate you listening to the Holy Spirit on that. So Tuesday is today. And so if you're part of the 360 Reset community, you will get a chance to hear from from the experts there. And so we'll have that call today at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Rebounding is after this call today. So make sure you get in on that. That's some good exercise if you haven't done your exercise already today. And so I believe this should be all of our announcements. And so remember, today, end of the month, the special is going on until midnight Pacific. $150 sale or more um, gets a free hemp MD. So don't forget that. And go out and have an Akana kind of day. See you guys tomorrow.